Hey, what's up guys? Trev here at Trev's Tanks. We got another super fun scape for you today. And yes, that is right. My wife is allowing us to put a fish tank on the kitchen table. Thank you very much. Moving on though, I absolutely can't wait to get into this scape with you guys. Off camera, I spent about a couple weeks to put this scape together. This is going to be my first tank that's viewable from all directions. Never tried that before, so it was a little bit challenging. And what I knew I wanted to do was create sort of a reef rock setup with these Sirius stones and create somewhat of a planted center island so the fish could school around in the center and we could have some plants coming out top. And perfect timing with the launch of Bulk Reef Supply Fresh and all the wonderful product from Aquaforests Freshwater and the AI blade from Aqua Illumination. I'm able to use all of these products to test and trial out on this new scape. So it was absolutely perfect timing to jump into this scape. We got a whole bunch of really cool plants. I'm doing a lot of Anubis, some tall stem plants in the middle, and a couple mother pots in the middle. Cannot wait to show you guys. Let's get right in. All right, so my favorite part of the build is always the substrate system. You have to build a strong foundation so your plants over the months or years of your system being set up will have nutrients to feed and just keep going. Luckily, the guys over at Aquaforest have developed an awesome all-natural substrate and a lava soil base, which provides extended release nutrients for all of your plants for a long time to come. And like I said earlier in my intro, Bulk Reef Supply Fresh's new website has a grand event giveaway going on right now. And if you use my promo code TrevsTanks, you get 5 extra entries into their huge all-in-one Aquascape setup. It comes with these products, comes with a tank, everything you need to get up and going. Highly recommend you check out fresh.bulkreefsupply.com and use my promo code TrevsTanks. Moving on to my tank, we want to show you this base that I got going on, because with this setup here, we have all of my rocks built up, but as you can assume, if I start pouring in all of these substrates, they're going to pour out. So I had to use some filter floss to block out some of the gaps to ensure that all of it stays tucked in and all my roots can find it and feed happily. So I just wanted to show you guys this really cool Aquaforest Lava Soil Black before I start pouring it here. It looks just like crushed lava rock, but I think they put a bunch of plant nutrients and fertilizers in it. So that'll be a perfect base for right down in there. And we're gonna be using our handy dandy measuring cup to be a pouring superstar. All right, first couple pours. There's no going back now. All right, so we just wrapped up pouring our lava soil in. I think that's looking good. I went about 1/4 of the way up. Just wanted to test our filter floss here, make sure nothing poured out rapidly. Everything looks good. I saw a couple bits over here I had to adjust, but nothing major. Next, I want to get in this Aquaforest AF substrate. It is rich peat and clay-based substrate for aquascaping planted aquariums, and we're setting up an aquascaped planted aquarium. So with this, I'm gonna fill it up probably to about here, and then I'm gonna cap the top of it with a decorative layer of sand so none of that escapes and mucks up the water and makes it all cloudy and stuff. We don't want that. So let's get pouring. So after pouring this substrate down, it is a lot more clay and dirt-based substrate than I imagined. I was thinking it was going to be more like the traditional aqua soils, but it's actually a way better version. It's more of a dirted substrate system. So for me, I'm really excited to use it, but like everything new, sometimes you make mistakes and got to pivot along the way. I think for my pivot to keep this more of a dirted substrate locked in is I think I'm going to do another little capping with the lava rock here, and then I'm going to use a 5-pound bag of loose gravel like sand to really lock all that in so none of it escapes and clouds up the water and causes any crazy high ammonia spikes. So let's get... Okay, so after our second capping of the lava rock soil, I'm gonna get our Carib Sea, I think this is our Crystal River gravel, and I'm gonna pour all this to lock this in. And once my sand comes in, still waiting on that package, we're gonna pour it into the bottom, and this color should match our sand well enough to offset each other, as well as hiding our black lava rock and acting as a thicker cap to lock in all the nutrients so they don't escape. Let's get pouring. All right, now that's a good substrate system if I do say so myself. definitely threw us for a learning curve there with the more of a clay-based aqua soil. I'm excited to see how that plays out. I think it's going to provide a lot more nutrients than I'm expecting, so I probably can even lower my liquid fertilizer regimen on this tank. So super psyched about that. We put a lot thicker cap on it so it holds it all in. It looks like we only had one little bust here with the sand pouring out, but luckily we're going to be putting that sand down there anyway, so no harm, no foul there. Now, it's the fun part. Let me go grab those plants and show you what we're working with. Plants. All these plants look absolutely amazing, and I'm actually surprised because they got shipped to me in Arizona, and today it was about 117 degrees out. Luckily my wife was able to grab those out of the mailbox while I was working, and we got them all prepped and they still look amazing. So placement. Right now I'm just going to be walking around, and all the little gaps I'm going to be putting some little tiny Anubis, and the bigger gaps, obviously bigger Anubis. With the moss, we're going to go touch up some of these top areas here where there's holes and gaps, and maybe some glue points that don't look super natural. With the Hygrophila pinnatifida, I hope I'm saying that right, we're going to be placing that in random points here in hopes that eventually this is just going to skyrocket out of the tank and it's going to look really, really pretty. With our big Anubis plants, a little bit bigger than I was expecting, but happy that they're bigger. Normally plants are a little bit smaller. I'm going to try to find some good areas in these corner pockets to add some really big depth coming out of the water. I think these will adapt to, immersed growth. They adapted pretty well in the paludarium project there. Just got to keep them misted and they'll keep growing. So we'll get the camera going and I'll stop talking and we'll get to planting. right guys, it's now been 2 days since we put all this together. We planted it, we built that substrate system. Now it's time for that first little water change, and we finally got our sand in the mail. So I'm finally gonna be able to put the rest of the sand down here at the bottom. I'm gonna touch up some of the plant placements here that came loose, and I can't wait to show you the final results. All right, I'm really loving how this is looking and coming along. I think I'm just gonna keep it how it is. I'm gonna see how it moves with all the equipment running. Probably drain it just a little bit more before we do that. And other than that, I think we're good. I absolutely love how this sand pulled everything together. I feel like the colors just accent the white on the Sirius stone. I think this is one of my favorite scapes so far. Super excited to have you guys along with this one. Tried to get a lot of elements of me putting this together. I know I missed a few, but we're getting better as we go, and I appreciate your support. Just a couple things left to do, and it's perfect timing for me to thank a couple people, especially the guys over at Green Water Labs for their algae control. In every single one of my tanks, whether they're new, old, I use algae control to keep that algae under control. It's not about eliminating it, it's about controlling it from the start. And when you have a new tank like this, you want to take 1 capful per 10 gallons, and we're going to do that right now. Love this stuff. It makes it way more manageable to handle all your algae. Next, another huge shout out to all the guys over at Bulk Reef Supply Fresh for launching their new website and really bringing in all their skills and everything they've done for the hobby and focusing it more towards freshwater. It's going to be a great thing to watch and be a part of. They sent me over a lot of products for this build, all the substrates, the light, the water stuff, and even some glass cleaner that I've never used, but I like using it. Reason being is you can spray it directly onto the front of the glass, and you don't have to worry about it harming your fish or your plants. Non-toxic and totally safe, and it even has a good smell to it. Sometimes cleaning products can be really harsh and have a real sharp smell to them. This one smells pretty good, I like it. Next is going to be the Aquaforest water conditioner that I like. I love the dosing cap that they give you, as well as the easy little dropper applicator. Not a lot of bottles have this, and I kind of like it. For this small tank, I'm just going to add a little bit. It's gonna dechlorinate your tap water, get rid of all those chloramines, and just make it safe for all your fish and plants. Next is gonna be the Aquaforests micro fertilizer. This seems like every time you do a water change, you put a couple drops in, keep your plants happy. Very, very simple. You just give it a shake. And a couple drops just like that. So thank you guys. Bulk Reef Supply Fresh, Green Water Labs Algae Control, Aqua Illumination. All you guys are amazing. Thank you so much for helping me pull this kitchen tank together and make it perfect, just so my wife can be happy that there is a tank on our kitchen table. It had to look very good. So all in all, thank you so much for following along on all platforms. The support has been incredible. I can't thank you enough. If you're looking for any new products, tanks, filters, fish food, water conditioners, fertilizers, anything at all, jump on over to fresh.bulkreefsupply.com. They're doing a month-long giveaway for all things freshwater. They have crazy good rewards points. They have crazy big discounts. Every day it looks like they're doing something different. I believe even on orders over $100, you can get one of these fresh t-shirts. Absolutely love that. And if you want to support me a little bit and get 5 extra entries into their all-in-one aquascaping kit, use my code TREVSTANKS at checkout and you'll be good to go. Once again, thank you guys so much. If you want, you can head out now. You can hit that like button. Afterwards, for the true fish nerds, I'm gonna do some really cool B-roll of this just at night with all the lights turned off. So if you want to stick around and watch, I'd appreciate it. Have a great one and make sure to tell someone you love them.